Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're unpacking something that's honestly fascinating, but also wildly relatable. We are diving deep into the hidden reasons behind our modern chronic mental fatigue. Seriously, if you've ever found yourself completely drained at the end of the day, even if you spent most of it just sitting on the couch or staring at a desk, well, stick around. This Explainer is going to connect a lot of dots for you. I mean, think about it. Why are you so exhausted when you're physically doing so little? It's like the ultimate paradox of modern life, right? You haven't run a marathon, you haven't been out there doing heavy manual labor, and yet your brain feels like it's completely running on fumes. I want to address this right out of the gate, because if you're feeling this way, you are absolutely not alone. There's actually a very specific structural reason for it, and that's exactly what we're going to break down today. Okay, let's jump right into section 1, the modern escape trap, or how running away became completely normal. So to really get to the bottom of this exhaustion, we have to look at a core survival mechanism. See, our brains are basically hardwired to hunt for an exit door the second life gets emotionally uncomfortable. And the crazy thing is, in our modern world, we have endless ways to run away without even moving a muscle. We're infinitely scrolling social media, just absorbing thousands of random micro-stories. We're binge-watching videos to blur out the evening. We game for hours on end. We drown out our own inner thoughts with constant music or podcasts. We even consume this kind of fake motivation that gives us a quick dopamine hit of feeling productive without actually doing anything hard. We get lost in overthinking fantasies. We even use staying busy, like relentlessly busy, as a shield, just filling every tiny gap in our schedules so we don't have to sit alone with our thoughts. The options to just check out are fast, they're overwhelming, and they are literally endless. But here's the real kicker. Escaping reality no longer looks dangerous. It actually looks perfectly normal because literally everyone around us is doing these exact same things. We don't even recognize them as avoidance tactics anymore. Millions of people are silently losing control of their own minds because instead of actually facing their underlying problems, they just keep distracting themselves. It is a massive silent drain on our cognitive energy, brilliantly disguised as just everyday life. Which brings us to section 2, the biology of avoidance and the brain's hunt for comfort. Now, it's really important to get this. We aren't doing all of this because we're inherently lazy. Nope. The source material shows we do it because our brains have this deep evolutionary aversion to pain. It's a very clear biological loop. Step 1, you feel some sort of emotional discomfort. Maybe it's a rough day at work, a looming deadline, a super awkward conversation, or just a vague sense of anxiety. Step 2, your mind instantly searches for quick dopamine to combat that heavy feeling. Almost without thinking, boom, you reach into your pocket for your phone. And step 3, temporary numbness. In that exact moment, it works. You've successfully hacked your brain's reward system to totally bypass the bad feeling. But, and this is a massive but, there is a crucial difference between relief and healing. They are completely different things. Relief? Well, that's just temporary numbness. Think of it like slapping a Band-Aid on or taking a quick painkiller. You hit pause on the stress while the distraction is running. Healing, on the other hand, means the problem itself is actually fixed. When you rely so heavily on digital distractions, you are exclusively choosing temporary relief. That original problem? Yeah, it's just patiently waiting for you in the background, ready to pounce the exact second your video ends or your screen goes dark. Let that sink in for a second. Relief is not healing. It's a harsh reality, I know, but it is absolutely essential to grasp. Distracting yourself doesn't make the problem smaller, it just shrinks your capacity to handle it. You are basically trading tomorrow's peace of mind for today's instant numbness. And let me tell you, that trade comes at a very, very high biological cost. All right, moving into section 3, the exhaustion cycle and why your mind never truly rests. So what happens when we rely on these quick dopamine fixes long term? We enter this incredibly destructive downward spiral. Let's map out the timeline of your standard distraction. Minute 1, you get that sweet temporary pleasure. It feels so good to just escape for a second, right? But fast forward an hour, and this quiet, heavy feeling of guilt starts creeping in. You might consciously tell yourself, hey, I'm just relaxing. But subconsciously, your mind knows. It knows when you're actively avoiding real responsibilities. Then, fast forward a day. This repeated guilt slowly starts chipping away at your self-respect. Because every single time you choose the easy out over the necessary task, you're quietly proving to yourself that you just can't be trusted to do hard things. Over time, relying on these escapes literally weakens our ability to handle real-world pressure. It creates this bizarre, exhausting paradox. We end up constantly overstimulated by all the screens, the notifications, the noise, the infinite input. And yet, we feel entirely emotionally empty at the exact same time. It's like your mind is running a 24/7 marathon, but it's fueled entirely by digital junk food. That right there, that is the real reason your brain never truly rests. It's why you feel so physically drained without actually doing physical work. And the truly tragic result of this whole cycle, it's perfectly summed up right here. Silence forces you to meet yourself. This is exactly why just sitting in silence feels so incredibly uncomfortable to us now. Silence strips away the buffering. It strips away the dopamine. It forces you to sit down and meet yourself face to face. And frankly, most of us are terrified of that meeting. We're terrified of confronting our hidden fears, or the time we feel we've wasted, our loneliness, or all that untouched potential. So out of sheer self-preservation, what do? We fire all those escapes right back up, over and over until literally years just disappear into the noise. So how do we get out? Let's look at section 4, becoming mentally stronger and trading escape for reality. To break this cycle, we have to start by accepting a pretty tough truth about what you simply cannot build through escape. The life you actually want, you can't build it by numbing out. Genuine confidence is not built by carefully dodging discomfort. Strong discipline is absolutely not built through endless digital distraction. And lasting peace? Yeah, that's definitely not created by numbing your senses day in and day out. Real, actual growth only starts the exact moment you stop running from your own thoughts and start facing your reality head-on. Now, the source material actually gives us a very clear roadmap out of this trap. Step 1 is to build awareness. Just acknowledging these patterns without beating yourself up about it, that's the crucial first step to dismantling them. Step 2, practice brutal honesty. The research points out something super interesting. You don't actually need more motivation right now. What you need is honesty. Honesty about how much time, baseline energy, and mental clarity you're actively losing to all this constant escaping. And step 3, take control of your attention. Because the second you deliberately reclaim where your focus goes instead of just letting an algorithm decide for you, that's when your entire life begins to shift. Look, the research is super clear here. It is not going to feel easy at first. Taking back control is challenging. Reality is uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. Discipline, deeply uncomfortable. Remember, you're going up against a massive hardwired biological urge to seek out easy dopamine. It's gonna feel like heavy mental lifting, honestly, because you are actively retraining your brain to tolerate friction again. It all ultimately boils down to one definitive choice for your future. On one hand, you have temporary discomfort, and the data shows this is what actually creates long-term freedom and resilience. On the other hand, you have constant escape, and that inevitably creates long-term regret. One path feels pretty rough in the moment, but amazing a year from now. The other feels totally fine right now, but leads straight to a life of perpetual exhaustion. So this is the big mindset shift we need to break free. We've got to stop asking the world how to feel perfectly good every single second of the day. Honestly, that's just a trap designed to keep you consuming. Instead, the question we need to be asking is, how can you become mentally stronger? Because mental strength is the only real tool that lets you face reality head-on, rather than just constantly running away from it. I want to leave you with one final provocative thought to chew on today. Are you truly living, or are you just escaping? I'd really encourage you to use this explainer as a prompt. Take a look at your own daily habits and the hidden costs of your routine. Thank you so much for learning with me today, and I'll catch you in the next one.